Sarah. For everything you've done to me. Sarah. For everything you've done to me. Sarah. You. Sarah. You. Sarah. Stupid. Sarah. That's my name. Don't wear it up. Sarah. I can't breathe, babe. Seriously. Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me. Sarah. Sarah.
The derogatory berating of my services in this case, I can't effectively represent her. She doesn't trust me. She calls me a dud, I think, a buffoon, on and on and on and on. And no one should have to endure that type of derogatory comments and expect to effectively represent someone, especially in a murder case.
Ms. Boone, I read your letter dated August 26, 2023, and your letter dated August 30th, 2023. And just so we're clear, I read all of the letters that you send to the court. Whether I respond or not is based on what's in the letter and whether I'm asked to actually do something that's within my purview as a judge or not. If I understand correctly, you have now decided that you think it would be best, in fact, if Mr. Bankowitz was allowed to withdraw. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Parawoman Radio. I'm Amy. So I thought Sarah Boone's trial was today, but apparently it has been postponed yet again until May of 2024. Thought we would watch the last court case and court hearing, I should say, and read her latest letter because it's January. It's a new year, a new letter penned by Sarah Boone. This is Parawoman Radio, and I'm Amy. If you could give this live a thumbs up, helps us go out until the algorithm, bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help my channel out, and it's really appreciated. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing, following, joining, all that good stuff. We're coming to you today on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. X. Hi, X. And Instagram. Hi, Instagram. And hi to everybody in the replay. Let me add Sarah's stuff to the screen. So this hearing was 12 days ago. I must have missed it, and that's when they postponed it. And they've set it for May. I thought we could watch and before I read the letter. Let me add it to the screen.
State of Florida versus Sarah Boone, 2020 CF 2603, state.
Dave Cacciatore on behalf of the state.
Mr. Cacciatore, good morning. The court was just made aware that a motion to continue waiver of presence was filed on January 12th, 2024 at 11:18 a.m. A copy of it was not favored to my office. My judicial assistant found it this morning by scouring the record once we did a call in the halls for counsel for Ms. Boone. The motion reflects that additional time is needed in order to prepare this case for trial. Counsel is still reviewing extensive discovery in this case and is also seeking appointment of experts with the S in parentheses. This court has approved costs for a private investigator. The task to be accomplished in preparation for trial cannot be concluded by the now scheduled trial date. Reflects that speedy's been waived and that you had no objection to same. Is that accurate with regard to your objection or lack thereof?
That is, and I've had the chance to review that motion, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cacciatore, say again, sir?
That is accurate, and I have.
I do know that Sarah Boone wasn't at this hearing, and in the letter, you'll find that she was not too pleased about not being included in this.
Reviewed defense's motion to continue.
Okay. The motion does not identify the amount of time that they're seeking a continuance. In your conversation with Counsel Hobson, are you in a position to advise the court as to how long of a continuance they're seeking? Oh, no, the wherefore clause says 3 dockets. I apologize. Any objection to that, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, the motion to continue will be granted. This matter will be continued for 3 dockets. Now, my understanding is that this is typically specially set. So do we want to have this especially set at a certain time, Mr. Cacciatore?
I think that would probably be better. Typically, Ms. Boone has elected to attend many of these hearings and not waive her appearance at them. So I also think too that we're at the point that that we're close to being, I think, ready for trial, and that I guess without getting into too much more without Mr. Hobson here, yes, I think just we could set it for a special set status.
All right, the court has availability for a special set on May the 3rd at 9 a.m. The court's inclined to have this as a special or as a final continuance due to the age of the case and the motion not specifying anything more than a 3-docket continuance.
That's acceptable.
Okay, all right, we'll set this matter for a special pretrial on May the 3rd at 9 a.m. Ms. Boone we'll have a mandatory appearance for Ms. Boone at the May 3rd at 9 a.m. pretrial. What's the following trial period for
The trial period for May the 3rd would be May 13th.
All right, with a trial period of May the 13th.
Okay, so they're setting the pretrial for May. She has a new judge. Let me see if I don't quite know how to pronounce his name. Let me see if he says it out loud.
Florida versus Sarah Boone, 2020 CF 2603, state.
Dave Cacciatore on behalf of the state.
Mr. Cacciatore, good morning. The court was just made aware that a motion to continue waiver of presence was filed on January 12th.
Okay, he doesn't say his name, but when I pull up the letter, you can see what I've looked. I found him on the internet too. I try to listen to see how their names are pronounced because I have a horrible time pronouncing names, but I haven't heard anyone say his name yet. His name is Judge Michael S. Maybe Kraynick, Kraynick. How do you think that's pronounced, you guys? I don't know. But we can go ahead and go in and we'll read the letter. This is Parawoman Radio, and I'm Amy. The Sarah Boone case is not going on today. So we're we just watched the last hearing, and it's been pushed. The pretrial conference, the final supposedly pretrial conference, is pushed to May 2024. Probably it'll happen in June or July, don't you think? Let me see if I can look up this judge. I had him pulled up, but I deleted it. Anyway, I can't find it, but we'll go over him a little bit later. Okay, so January 19th, this is Parawoman Radio, and I'm Amy, and we're going over the Sarah Boone case. It's like a 9-page letter she wrote to the judge. She's very unhappy, per usual. So let's go into it. January 19th, 2024, Judge Michael S. Kraynick, Orlando, Florida, regarding Sarah Boone. Honorable Judge Kraynick. Finally, a new judge. It's strange how the Lord works, as I was in the process of trying to disqualify Wooden after being my judge 4 years, and hold on, I need to make it bigger, I think. There, let's see. Make sure you can see it. I also forgot to check to make sure that you're hearing me. I need to do a quick sound check. Okay, you can. All right. Here we go. Finally, a new judge. It's strange how the Lord works, as I was in the process of trying to disqualify Wooten after being my judge 4 years and me still incarcerated with nothing to show other than 7 different attorneys, not by choice, news clips of me working in and out of the courtroom and walking in and out of the courtroom and everything relative to my care permitted to be slathered on the global internet, in which I have not seen myself. But yet she gets mad when the court doesn't upload her letters in a timely manner. Ugh. I felt he was the ticket holder to my overly hyped, illicitly distributed, misconstrued criminal case. Do you think she just sits with a dictionary right next to her and she just closes her eyes and goes, what word am I going to use this time? Criminal case and great reason I am still here again, ongoing 4 years and 7 attorneys later. Not by choice. See my letter dated 6/29/23 on clerk's website. And we've read that letter. I will link that down in the description if you want to reference the letter she's talking about. While still waiting to properly, is that elucidate the court? Boy, I don't think I've ever heard somebody use that word in a sentence outside of school. Is there more? I thought there was more. Oh, wait, sorry. Oop. I need to. Here we go. I will put the link to where this letter is as well. I'm getting it off of Court TV because I didn't see it up on the site yet, on the court site, but that's not saying it's not there yet. Public and world, and after whatever the dysfunction, public and world, and after whatever the dysfunction was in the attendance part of my most recent pretrial conference status hearing, which I am trying to ensure my automatic attendance futuristically, please see my draft motion included. I am still trying to have my attorney submit on my behalf. She includes a handwritten draft motion at the end of this letter. I wanted to bring to your judicial attention the following information so you and the world are aware of it. She doesn't want to be on the world stage, but she wants the world to know this. I wanted to bring to your judicial attention the following information so you and the world are aware. It is not I who am ever delaying trial, as Wooten inappropriately accused me of doing in a past hearing, especially now. Junie, you're going to go in the back. The following information so you and the world are aware. It is not I who am ever, it's never her, is it, delaying trial, as Wooten inappropriately accused me of doing in a past hearing, especially now you have mandated a trial date to be had in May with no further continuances, leaving less than 4 months to put together and complete what should and could have been done already. Well, she's right about that. This is outrageous that it's taken this long, but she is a part of why it's taken so long. What happened in all the 4 years prior? Please see all my correspondence online. She knows they're up there, obviously. So in this letter, she has decided to date is what she's going to repeat over and over. Okay. So you know that Sarah Boone's been walking around the jail saying, to date, this hasn't happened. To date, this hasn't happened. To date, he's done this. To date, to date, to date. So here we go. To date, Winston E. Hobson has been my court-appointed attorney for 133 days and counting. To date, Mr. Haubrone has only met with me only one time for a total of 3 hours, 11/7/23. To date, no phone calls have been received. All right. You had your chance, baby. You're going in the back now. See if he stays in the back so I don't have to get up and shut the door. To date, Mr. Habrone has only met. No, he's not. Okay. Sorry, guys. I thought he would be good. He was quiet up until this point. Come in back. Do you think there'll ever be a day that he will behave during the live? Do you think there'll ever be a day where he doesn't tell me to stop it? Okay, here we go. Let me take it from the top. We'll take it to the top of the to date. To date, Winston H. Hobson, oh, that's what it is. It's Hobson, has been my court-appointed attorney for 133 days and counting. To date, Mr. Hobson has only met with me one time for a total of 3 hours, 11/7/23. To date, no phone calls have been received by Mr. Hobson, as his phone does not work properly for further immediate much needed communication to be made between client and attorney. I can't believe that another attorney's phone doesn't work. To date, I have mailed 5 letters to Mr. Hobson trying to communicate my urgent need to speak to him. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, good. The sound is good. Yes, she verbally abuses everybody, doesn't she? But especially people that she thinks are working for her or should be working for her. It's disgusting. She really is like a Karen. This is where Karen came from. To date, I sent 1 letter to the investigator in my case to contact Hobson to contact me and see if he can assist in correcting the phone problem. Also, to inquire when anyone is coming. To date, I feel that I am not being included or heard or cared about in my case. Again, from the continued miscommunication again with Mr. Hobson and time-consuming undiscussed entries are being made on my behalf. The continuance I did not know about. The waiver of appearance I did not know about, along with other documents. And I am never sent copies of anything filed, so I know. I keep trying to tell him about with no response, furthering the already massive dysfunction in my 4-year case. I was hoping in the pretrial conference status hearing, I wonder if they have offered her anything to try to settle this case. And she's just not taking anything because she thinks she shouldn't serve any time. I was hoping in the pretrial conference status hearing on Tuesday, 1/16/24, I could at least play catch up in the courtroom for 5 minutes. So many of my attorneys have done prior, including Mr. Hobson, and the one court date I've had for a continuance 10/30/23 to express and emphasize the need for him to communicate and schedule a second very overdue meeting. I still have not even heard from Mr. Hobson about our missed pretrial conference status hearing. What's the status? To date, I have, out of 133 days and counting, attorney and his clients have met. To date, 3 out of the new 3,192 hours attorney and client have discussed partial general case information. To date, I still have not seen my discovery. Your Honor, when is the next status hearing, please? It's in May. Especially since we were not at the, who's we? We. Must have been that her attorney wasn't there too. I don't think they needed to show for this, and so they didn't. Since we were not at the last pretrial conference status hearing, and especially since I'm trying to communicate with my attorney in more than one way to fully maximize and utilize the minute amount of time allowed before trial, my fair, appropriate, lawful trial. I still am wondering why, though I've had to wait for 4 years for something to finally happen in my case, asked Judge Wooten. I wonder also, was I the oldest case on his docket? Either way, well, I'm sure she was. 4 years, that's pretty old. Either way, I'm still here waiting patiently. I'm very excited to get this highly anticipated show on the road. I await your overdue and very needed judicial direction, supervision, and intervention. Thank you in advance, Judge Kranick. Welcome. She's welcoming him to her case. Oh, she just makes me feel icky all over. Thank you in advance, Judge Kranick. Welcome. Sincerely, Sarah Karen Boone. Yes, he tells me to stop it repeatedly. And when he says stop it all the time. And then he says, huh? Meaning what? I must say, huh, all the time. He says that all the time. Or what? And we do this little thing where I say to him, did you eat the baby? And then we go, oh, it tastes like chicken. And he says that all the time. He asks me if I ate the baby all the time. This is Parawoman Radio, and I'm Amy. We're going over the Sarah Boone case. She was supposed to have her trial was supposed to start today, but it's been postponed. The pretrial conference has been postponed to May of 2024. So we're reading her latest letter because, it was dated January 19th, 2024. So Sarah's got the letters. She's drafted this motion, and it's included in the letter because she can't contact her lawyer to draft the motion. She just wants to be included in everything. But some things not even the lawyers have to show up to, and none of them showed up. It was, anyway. It's just a control tactic on her. In the Circuit Court of 9th Judicial Circuit in and for Orange County, Florida, State of Florida plaintiff versus Sarah Boone defendant. Hold on, I got to drink a thing of water. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay. Motion to be included in and around admittance to all defendants' pretrial conferences and hearings. Comes now defendant Sarah Boone by and through her undersigned attorney, Winston E. Hobson, respectfully requests permittance to attend all my pretrial conferences and hearing ongoing until the courtroom conclusion of my criminal case. I'm not going to read that. Following is stated to lawfully allow my inclusion, participation, and requested admittance. 1. The trial court may hold one or more pretrial conferences to consider such matters as well promote a fair and expeditious trial. The defendant must be present at any at any pretrial conferences unless the defendant's presence is waived in writing or on the record by the defendant or by the defendant's counsel with the defendant's consent. In support, the defendants alleges as follow. These pretrial conferences for my personal individual criminal case, if professional YouTubers, news channels, court TV, etc., are given permission and allowed entry to the courtroom for viewing, and the judge also is allowing the conferences to be streamed live with all the court minutes uploaded to the internet and world, I, the defendant, should be included foremost. 2. She's making me realize that I'm kind of in a bad mood today because she's bothering me more than usual. She's irritating me more than she usually does. So 2, I may not have regular consistent updates or communication with my court-appointed attorney, and by attending all my pre-trial conferences and hearings, I will know current status, important dates, casework being completed, changes in parties, time frames, expectations, all pertinent information I, the defendant, have a right to know, want, and need to regarding my case. All information is important, relative, and necessary to me. 3, I am not consistently included in the certificates of service and sent copies of any document being filed in court regarding my case, as requested numerous times by the defendant in writing and verbally in the courtroom, neither by the judge, the court, or my attorneys. By attending my pretrial conferences, I will know what documents have been filed, need to be, and will be for and in my case. Another way I can know what is going on in my case and being worked on. 4, in complete overall support, it is my right by law as an individual defendant and inmate to be included in and any and all developments made in my case. It also is my right to finally achieve success in every aspect possible in my case. By attending and being included in my pretrial conferences and hearings, said success can and will be accomplished fairly, faster, properly. Okay, Sarah. Wherefore, the defendant, Sarah Boone, respectfully asks the Honorable Court to grant my motion to be included going forward to all defendants' pretrial conferences and hearings. And then this is her certificate of service. I certify that an original of this document has been filed via U.S. mail with the clerk of court of the 9th Judicial Circuit, and that a copy of this document will be filed in the Florida portal to state attorney and all attorneys or other parties on court record of the 19th day of January 2024. And then she signs it. And then this is just the letter, the envelope, I should say. So what do you guys think? More Sarah Boone nonsense going on. I'm actually glad her trial was moved because I'm having some automobile issues, and it gives me some time to get that fixed so that I can attend the trial, because I want to be one of those professional YouTubers who sit in the courtroom and watch the Sarah Boone trial go down. When I was a social worker, I had to do a lot of courtroom testifying, and that's where I learned that I'm really interested in law and crime. And then when I took a break off of social work, I was a legal assistant for a year and a half. So I just really like courtroom trials and activities. So I really want to be there and bring it to you guys live. Obviously, I won't be able to stream live in the courtroom, but I'll be able to come outside and tell you what's going on. So, what do you guys think about Miss Sarah Boone? I think that if she wasn't the way she was, that this case would have already probably gone through, and she probably would almost be out of. I don't think she's going to get a life sentence or anything like that, but she might. I don't know. I'm really interested in the Boone case. I have a letter that I wrote to her and I didn't mail it. I need to get, I'm so bad about writing letters and mailing it. That's why I'm so glad that you can do emails and stuff, but I don't know how to email her yet. So I am going to mail her the letter and get it off. And I took a screenshot of the letter in the event that she writes me back. Then I can show you what I wrote to her. So guys, if you could give this live a thumbs up, helps me go out into the algorithm, bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help me out. We're over on YouTube, X, and Instagram today. Hi guys. I think like Instagram, it's like a heart. X, I don't even know what X is. And YouTube is a like or an unlike. Even if you don't like this, you press unlike. And I'll know that it wasn't a good live. And also, I do that for the creators that I like to follow, but if I don't like their live, I press dislike because it gives them credit out in the algorithm, but it lets them know that I didn't like this at all. So, okay. I'm working on some more Gypsy Rose stuff, some Watts stuff. Got a lot of stuff I'm going to bring to you this week, so be looking for all of that. I'm going to go. If nobody's told you this today, I'm telling you this, and I feel it. I truly feel it. I wouldn't say it if I didn't feel it. I'm so grateful for you guys, and I love you. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye, everyone.
Sarah. For everything you've done to me. Sarah. For everything you've done to me. Sarah. You. Sarah. You. Sarah. Stupid. Sarah. That's my name. Don't wear it up. Sarah. I can't breathe, babe. Seriously. Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me. Sarah. Sarah.